Throughout the Kingdom Hearts series, darkness has been set up to be the main symbol of all that is corrupt and wrong within that universe. But how we've come to understand darkness in the Kingdom Hearts world has shifted in its nuance from being purely the enemy to something a bit more complicated. So how will our understanding of darkness shift once again in the Lost Master arc? Welcome back everyone, this is your girl Empowered Muse, and today we're going to discuss how darkness may look for the Lost Master arc going forward. I also wanted to take a look back at the Kingdom Hearts series to see just how our understanding of darkness as it relates to the Kingdom Hearts story has evolved throughout the series. From being seen as the mere opposite of light in the duality of light and darkness, to actually having a bit more nuance over time. So just like our understanding of what all comes with being a Keyblade wielder and how and why they even exist has grown, our understanding of just what darkness is as it relates to Kingdom Hearts has grown as well. But that's not to say that darkness's growing nuance changes its overall definition and purpose, but there seems to be more to darkness than what we were introduced to in the very first Kingdom Hearts game. That said, we've actually seen a trajectory of our understanding of darkness from it being the opposite and therefore enemy of light, to it being more of a tool and vehicle to an even deeper understanding and separation of what we're used to seeing as darkness from what we understand to be true darkness. So I'll be very curious to see whether we get another layer of darkness for the Lost Master arc. In the very first game of the Kingdom Hearts series, we were introduced to darkness as a pure enemy of everyone and everything representing light. Our initial understanding of darkness was recognizing it as a force that seeks to overtake light, but yet constantly lurks around or follows whenever light is present, which is referenced when Leon and Yuffie explain that Sora's Keyblade is what attracts the Heartless to him. As we explore darkness in the first Kingdom Hearts game, there's a very strong bias against darkness, mainly due to Sora's limited understanding of what exactly darkness is, and simultaneously dealing with his own home being lost to darkness and separating him from Riku and Kairi. Not to mention that darkness threatening other worlds was what King Mickey suspected was causing the stars to go out, alarming him to the point of having to leave his home world and investigate. So it's really no surprise that Sora, Donald, and Goofy carry this bias against darkness with them in not only the first Kingdom Hearts, but also through Chain of Memories and parts of Kingdom Hearts 2. And even when Sora sacrifices himself to awaken Kairi and turn into a shadow, his experience with darkness is still painted in an overall negative light, with this feeling of sinking further into darkness and darkness causing him to forget himself and those he cared about, at least until Kairi pulls him back from falling further into darkness. We also see other characters in the first Kingdom Hearts representing a stark contrast to darkness. Specifically, we see how the Princesses of Light are described as the ones whose hearts are purely light and devoid of any darkness, thus pushing the bias more towards light throughout our introduction to Kingdom Hearts. However, while we see the Trinity Trio and others in Kingdom Hearts still hold this strong bias against darkness and seeing it as purely the enemy in the first few Kingdom Hearts games, we also get to see a shift in our overall understanding of darkness through mainly Riku and King Mickey. While defeating Ansem Seeker of Darkness and closing the door to darkness and the door to light saved the worlds from falling to darkness for a time, that victory didn't get rid of darkness by a long shot. But as the Kingdom Hearts series continue, we learn that darkness seems to be an ever-present entity, especially because darkness exists within every heart. But we start seeing more of the nuances of darkness through Riku's arc in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Because of Riku's shame of opening himself to darkness before in Kingdom Hearts 1, he was determined to permanently avoid darkness and Ansem, Seeker of Darkness's influence over him. However, through his conversations with Naminé, Riku realizes that the darkness he holds can be used as a tool along with his light. And through his growth, King Mickey also begins to check his own biases about darkness, light, and the relationship between the two. This is really our first time witnessing just how darkness, while destructive, can also be used as a tool by the right people. And we continue to see just how darkness can be used as a tool and vehicle in Kingdom Hearts 2, primarily through Riku and even Sora, but in Sora's case it's mainly through gameplay mechanics when Sora gains the ability to take on Anti-Form, which basically represents the darkness in Sora's heart. Yet the relationship with darkness we witness through our protagonist is still fairly limited towards the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. While Riku resorted to using darkness as a tool towards the end of 358 over 2 days and throughout Kingdom Hearts 2, he still felt this sense of shame to the extent that he wanted to hide himself from Sora while taking on Ansem's form. And when asked by Xemnas why they as the Guardians of Light hated darkness, King Mickey admits that it's not a pure hatred but more so fear, while also realizing that darkness is a force that won't permanently go away and even serves as a counterbalance to light. What's interesting though is that after Kingdom Hearts 2 story, we begin to see more of this clash between seeing darkness as a total opposite of light, and therefore evil, and seeing darkness as a potential tool. While it seems that Riku's path is more accepted during his time as a Keyblade wielder, the trio of Aqua, Terra, and Ven struggled to accept darkness as a compliment when we first meet them in Birth by Sleep, mainly due to Master Ericus's philosophies and bias against darkness. This is why we see Terra seem to struggle the most with darkness and eventually falling into Xehanort's manipulations. And we can actually see Riku's struggles and arc parallel to Terra's, which is likely why it was set up for Terra to choose Riku as his successor. Although I am interested to see whether Terra becomes open to the concept of using darkness as a tool at some point in the Lost Master arc, but based on Terra's background and his redemption with Master Ericus, with him being the light that protected Terra while he was lost in darkness, it's probably unlikely that Terra would even revisit that particular chapter. But I think the most pivotal example of how we see darkness being used more so as a tool is through Master Xehanort's mission to summon Kingdom Hearts and restart the world as a blank slate. Despite becoming obsessed with darkness over time, it's apparent that Xehanort may have truly mastered darkness in order to further his own goals. So during the Darkseeker saga, while we still have this conflict of darkness representing everything antagonistic, we're also seeing just how darkness can also be used as a tool, even by those more aligned with light. So as we're learning more about darkness and the concept of using darkness as a tool, we also come across what we now know as the true darkness during the days of Union Cross, which adds further nuance to just what exactly darkness entailed. This purer form of darkness that existed during the Age of Fairy Tales was unique because it acted with its own will, as opposed to relying on instinct and more primal urges. The original darkness sought to gain the upper hand against light by shedding its physical manifestation and splitting itself into 13 willful darknesses, as well as further expanding through corrupting people's hearts. But we see from this more pure form of darkness that it's aware enough to at least attempt to mainly follow the Master of Masters around and try to elicit more information about his possible plans. These darknesses we see in Union Cross seem to take on the role of actively influencing those who might be vulnerable to negative emotions, as opposed to existing as a more passive form that takes over when one with a weaker heart falls to darkness. We actually see this a bit more directly with Dark Road's story when we see Baldur falling to darkness after losing his sister Hildur. But it's not entirely clear whether we're seeing one of the willful darknesses biding its time to actively influence Baldur's grief, or a more passive darkness taking over Baldur as his heart eventually fell to darkness. And so with these pure willful darknesses introduced, we're beginning to see a bit of darkness's own motives and how it seems to think and plan in order to overtake light. This likely explains part of the reason why darkness tends to follow the Keyblade, albeit the darknesses we see following Keyblade wielders tend to be those acting more on instinct as opposed to a willful strategy. So this may basically set up the challenges darkness may bring for the Lost Master arc and beyond. With most of the pure willful darknesses currently locked away within the Foretellers, it'll be interesting to see just how that will affect the continuous battle between light and darkness. Not to mention, there's still the question of the possible willful darkness that's locked away within Ventus, since there was some form of darkness that still resided within him after Vanitas was extracted from him by Master Xehanort. So it could be the case that the willful darkness Ven, a wielder of pure light, locked within himself in Union Cross, is still there resting within him. But what will be even more interesting is just how darkness may manifest in a world like Quadratum, which resides within the realm of fiction. It seems that darkness does in fact still follow Sora's Keyblade, but just how will darkness itself be affected in a realm in which darkness isn't even supposed to exist? Moreover, how will this even affect the Foretellers and the Master of Masters who have a pure darkness locked within their hearts, if they do in fact remain in Quadratum for an extended period of time? And what impact could darkness have in a realm like Quadratum? If neither light nor darkness originally existed in this realm, would the presence of both overwhelm something within that realm of fiction? Especially if the Master of Masters is planning to exercise the pure darknesses within him and his apprentices through a war in this new world. I do think there's a chance that we'll add yet another layer of nuance to the idea of darkness in the Kingdom Hearts story, especially as we see it existing in unreality this time around. Our understanding of darkness has evolved from simply being antagonistic to light, to being used as a tool, to having a will and strategy to overcome light. And with the Lost Master arc, it'll be very interesting to see just how darkness could affect unreality, or maybe even how this unfamiliar realm of unreality could affect darkness. But I want to hear from you, so let me know what you think about darkness's evolution in the comments below. If you want to explore some more Kingdom Hearts theories, I'll be linking another Kingdom Hearts theory video here in the end screen. And as always, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this video and want to watch more Kingdom Hearts content. And if there's anyone who may have questions about what to expect for the upcoming Kingdom Hearts games, be sure to share this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.